Hello, this is Jimmy. We're beginning our journey with our part 3 on replacing the floor pan in our 1970 Monte Carlo. Did a little work on the structure underneath because it is separate. Got it sealed off. Kind of put some lips on it. For this particular one, I had to pull out. Gonna show you how to put that in. All right. But right now, before anything goes in, you got to take some Rust-Oleum or something and do the back sides of it, because there's going to be some places you can't get to. And once you weld that in, you're not going to get to it. There's some things going to be covered up, and that's going to bring them subject to rust. Yes, we're going to undercoat it when we get through. But right now, we want to put something on it underneath it. We may even have to grind some of it back for some of the welds, but it's something you have to do if you're going to put the floor pan in. My DA, it is set on to put some deep scratches in it, and I used 80 grit sandpaper on it. But we're going to go on and take this scuff path, maybe even down to 320, but it will add scratches, and the scratches are not for beautification, it's for application. It's to make the paint stick. It's going to be necessary to break into that coat on that metal to make that Rust-Oleum stick. And actually, where the rust is going to come from, that oxygen and water is going to cause the rust. And if we can keep the moisture off the metal, we're going to stop it. So we're going to coat it before we put it in. We talked about step-by-step procedures through these different videos on installing this trunk. So I've seen some videos that they just fly right through it, and you miss a bunch of steps. And you might can get it in, but you want it to last also. So we're going to put some duration in it by following all the steps. If you'll follow along, we're going to hit those steps. Yeah. Now this is the bottom side, because it's fixing to go down. After we get through welding, we can do the top. After we weld, grind the welds, get it all prepped, we can go on and do the top. But the bottom side's fixing to disappear for us, because we're going to put it down, we're going to drill some holes in it, and we're going to weld it down. All right. We're about to move on to the next step. The next step's going to be laying it in there, finding out where our beams hit. First, I got to put that far beam in. And like I say, I'm putting it in section. We're going to find out where that beam hits. And we're going to either pop some holes in the beam. I probably are going to drill some holes in this plate, because I would rather, because I don't have a rack, I'd rather do it from the top side. All right, we got that protected and coated, so we can put that in there. And by the magic of editing, we're going to move right on into the next step. For the conserving of time, we're going to go on and weld those things in and lay that pan in and get started a little further down the line. Gonna try to do a voiceover right here because the compressor's so loud in the shop as I was talking. Push that panel over. That's 1/3 of the floor pan. Pushed it over. Put a couple of tacks in it once I got it in place. Filing those tacks down. Gonna check each one of the sides. Lay everything in. Cut everything in. Try to clean it up as I go so I don't wind up with a whole lot of work at the end. But everything needs to be factory. Everything needs to look like the original part, and that's what we're working toward. And it's a lot of work involved. We will even, after we grind the welds, we'll even have to do a little fiberglass work. And not without bad rope. Anyway, probably go on and make a couple more welds while I'm in here. As you can see, I did go ahead and drill those 3/8 holes I was talking about down in those tracks that are laying on those supports. I'm going to go ahead and clamp them down solid so I can get a good attachment. The factory welds would be in the exact same place, but we're going to grind those welds down and make them disappear after we do all this welding across here. These are laying ever so tight right here. I may have to raise these up just a little bit with a floor jack or something. So these are real tight. You go and weld these. Needs a little pressure on. I'll probably put a floor jack under it. Go on and get all that done, then I'll start working on the ends. set up. All right, I'm getting this floor pan laid in. Going on to the next phase now, tying it in. Not just tying it in, but we want to put some effort into it to make it look factory. That's what we're looking for. See, all these ridges is all got to be right. This has to go away. That ridge travels across here. This ridge is going to have to travel across here. But if you remember, I believe the first of this video when we did all this bracing. All right, well, that sets us up for a double wall for the floor. I told you we would have to come in there and build the floor pan on the round now, which makes this fade away. We don't want that to fade away. We're probably going to go in and weld some strips across there to build that up, to make those runners in there. And we'll work it in with fiberglass and all that, because it has to be as correct as we can get it. But even on that, with that little ridge right there, if we came in and we put a little ridge on that plate right there, welded it in, done some fiberglass work in there, grinded these welds off, dressed this one up to come around, those runners to come around, and bring it all the way back to the back. And that will get our dressing right there. Of course, we're just winding up on it, but I've got that cut in. And we're going to push that down. We're going to zip that up. I'm going to get in there and smooth that out. When we get through welding these sides, probably dolly that out a little bit in that wheelhouse. Weld those sides. Then we're going to just drop they're welded underneath also, so with 3/8 holes under there. We'll draw them up as tight as we can, weld them up, and then we'll seam seal it, because this is what we're going for. Factory. All right, that's what we're going for. So we're going to continue on. Thank you for watching. If you would like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I don't mind teaching if a person has a mind to learn. Let me know if you appreciate it. This is part 3 of the trunk pan for the 1970 Monte Carlo replacement with structure. Be looking for part 4.